Amor, tu triste adiós.
Hi there, good evening. Welcome back to Turn Up with Patricia. So we're here again with another recipe for tonight, and I'm making a Jamaican dish today. So tonight I'm cooking stewed chicken with some steamed rice. So I hope you guys will see the steps today, showing all the ingredients and everything. So let's get started and follow me. All right. Hi guys. So we're here now, and I'm going to show you the steps on how to season the chicken for the stewed chicken recipe. So let's look over here. So right here I have a full chicken cut up, skin, take all the fat, and I wash it with lime juice, or you can use lemon or vinegar. So whatever vinegar you have, but the best is don't use like balsamic vinegar or malt vinegar. You can use apple cider or white vinegar would be the best to wash the chicken or any kind of meat you have. So also what we have here is some mixed vegetables. So it's just frozen mixed vegetable. It has carrots, corn, long green beans, and peas. And then there is sweet pepper, celery. And the reason why I put a little bit of that is on my way, because I find it gives a little bit of a flavor really nice on the seasoning. I do it this my way. Some people don't use it, but I like it. Then some onion, some scallion, thyme, and garlic. And also I have a little bit of scotch bonnet pepper, just one, but I de-seed it and I chopped it up finely. That's an optional thing. You don't have to use it, but it's optional. So now I want to show you how to season the meat. So firstly we use is all-purpose seasoning. So I would say put a good like 1 tablespoon of all-purpose seasoning. I eyeball it because I'm already used to this. Okay. Then we use 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. There's also some chicken seasoning, so about a teaspoon of that. Then I also have some meat seasoning, so a teaspoon of that, and some lemon pepper, so about a tablespoon of that. So that is all the dry ingredients there. I don't really add salt because already with all these other seasonings, there's probably salt in some of them, so I don't bother adding more salt. If you feel like you need to add more salt, that is on your side. You can mostly do that. So now I'm going to add in the rest of the seasonings. Everything goes together first. So there's the chopped garlic. So there's about 3 cloves of garlic chopped. I have 1 medium onion. It depends how much onion you want, but it's like a not like medium big, but like medium onion. So then I have that 1 pepper, but I took out the seeds and I have it all chopped up. Then there's the scallion. The scallion I use you can use about 2 to 3 scallion. I used 3. And also a sweet red pepper, so about half of it, and sliced, and then 1 celery stick diced. And also the thyme. Some people like to throw it in like this. It's all up to you, but sometimes you can just do like this, like just go on the ends and just get the little ends of the herb and just kind of like press it over, and then you don't have to have the whole stalk and stick of the thyme, and then it just goes like that. When it's smaller, it's okay. So that is all the seasoning. And then the key ingredient of all of this is Grace brand called browning. There's different kinds of browning. Some people do it homemade, like they use brown sugar and caramelize it to make the browning, but that's more work, craziness. I personally like this. It's so much easier. So it's great. And you can find this at any grocery store. So you put about, measurement wise, you don't want to put too much because you don't want to have black chicken. You just want a little browning. So I would say about a tablespoon. Just like so. That should be good. And I'll start with this. If I need a little more, add a little more. It's always good to kind of gradually. So now I'm going to mix with my hands. So far, this seems to be the right amount, the way it's looking for the browning. And you want to mix that really, really well. So you see how the color is? It's just like a browning, gives a bit of a color to the meat, nothing too dark. And you can choose to let this marinate overnight or 2 hours, whatever you please to do. Okay, so we'll be right back. Let this marinate for a couple of hours and we'll be right back to start the cooking. All right, so now we are here and the meat has been marinated. So now we're gonna start cooking the chicken. So we're gonna drizzle some olive oil. So I would say about a good 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And what I like to do first is I like to put the chicken and cook that up first. So you want to hear that sizzle when you put the pieces of chicken in the pot. And you want the heat to be on a good high heat at first so it can really cook the chicken nicely. And once all the seasoning is in, it also helps to reduce the water and give a nice gravy to the meat. So I'm laying all the chicken first in the pot, all the pieces. You don't have to use the whole chicken if you don't like to. My preference today, I felt like doing that because you get a bit of everything. Breast, legs, thigh, wings. But if you're a person who likes chicken legs, you can use chicken legs. If you want to just use white meat, you can use white meat. But always, usually with steamed chicken, if you have bone, it really makes a much better flavor. And that is it. I also have water that in with rice, which I already washed 3 times in, and we're gonna steam some rice. I'm gonna turn that on. So first, I'm gonna just cover this up for a little bit so that all the heat keep inside and it will be all nice. So once I get that, I'm gonna flip it over and we'll get right back to continue on the next scene of adding all the seasoning. Okay, so now it's been cooking for about 5 to 7 minutes on one side. So now you see the color that the browning caramelized the chicken. This is what you want to see when you cook the chicken. So we're going to turn it around. And then once it's all flipped over, you cook about another 5 or so minutes. Seal that. And also I turned on the rice and I add a bit of salt. So that's getting on to the heating up on process there. So in the meantime, now that's been cooking. So now I'm gonna add the rest of the seasoning here into the pot. And I'm gonna stir all of that around real good. Make sure everything is coated with all the seasoning. Doesn't that look good, guys? You do that. And then the same pot, we're going to add the water. So all you do is like go around the pot of the bowl and then just kind of scoop around and add about this. So this is about, I would say this equals about 2 cups of water. And then you just add that on top. Not overpowering too much water. This is exactly the right amount you need. And do a last little bit of stir. And this is going to cook for about 30 minutes on medium-high heat. But with my heat, it has number max, and then it goes 8. So I would say around 8. So it depends on your stove, guys. But it's always good to start on high and then go to medium-high. Never nothing lower. And then by the end, you can go on medium-low just to kind of simmer. But in general, but that's the process you guys will see, like in the process when it's close to done. But at first, you always want to start at high. So it builds a boil, and you keep the lid on always, and go in, check it out, all that kind of stuff. So that is done there, and now what we're going to do is put the lid on that and let that cook for 30 minutes. And also with the steam rice, I like to add about a tablespoon of butter. Just gives a nice little taste to the rice. And now I'm going to put it on medium heat and cover it up and let it steam. Alright, so as you can see, after half an hour, it's reduced half of the water, as you can see. Now I'm going to add is the mixed vegetable. I'm going to stir that up. And then let that cook for the next 20-25 minutes, and then it should be done. So we're going to put the lid on and let that cook up. Alright guys, so now soon to be done. So the last little bit we're going to do now is I've reduced the heat down to medium, and I'm going to squirt a little bit of ketchup. So I would say that equals to about a tablespoon of ketchup, and mix that all around. So you see how much it reduced the water. So the last about another 5 or 10 minutes and it will be done. So once it's done, I will come back and show you guys the results on how the food turns out to be. So we're going to close the lid and let that cook for another 10 minutes, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so now this is the final result of the stewed chicken. I just turned it off the heat. So this is how you want it to look. You have some gravy, you see all the vegetables, but you see all the seasoning that I had. You did have all, you know, the reduction of the water and all the vegetables and everything. All you see is the mixed vegetables and other stuff. So this is how it should look like. And then finalization, this is how the steamed rice should be. Nice and fluff. You can use whatever rice you want. This is just a long grain white rice. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching for another recipe. And so just subscribe, and also the icon right beside the subscribe button, just click that, and that will also give you the next notification of my next video. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and have a nice lovely evening, and turn up with Patricia.